The BMW N54 was a car that was developed that could punch in a class higher than it was capable of. Made in 2008, continued up until about 2010. I haven't seen an N54 in the 2011 year models, but 2010s I know did exist. Came with the DCT gearbox, which is what some of the guys refer to as the IS version of the N54. But this platform was created, and when it was in its time, could potentially have competed with the 2JZs, mod for mod, obviously. But those people who came from Land Rovers, who came from, Audis, when they drove an N54, they did not experience power to this extent. Now today is one of my cleanest builds, or one of the cleanest builds that I have done. And I have not videoed it on the platform. And the car came in today for its annual service. We did a lot of work. But I want to take you through the work that could potentially be done to an N54 and why we do it so that it looks presentable and it makes a lot of power. So what we have here is a BMW E83 Cabriolet. When the sun is out and it's a beautiful day, you can drop the top, provided you got hair so the air can flow through it. Exceptionally clean car. Initially this car wasn't in the format as you've seen it now. It was a bit rough, but for now, it's clean, and the owner does take good care of it. Let's start on the inside before we get to the performance mods. Interior-wise, what we've done to the car is we've put an Android radio on. If I switch it on this, I'll get copyright strikes, but there's a nice Android type Sony radio. The owner of the car is actually a music producer. And for the first time in my life, he made me listen to, I think it was it the Beatles or was it the Rolling Stones? One of the two. Acoustic noise, the way he set up the radio is insane. Because of him being a music producer, he was able to fine tune his sound system. You should actually consult to some of the guys who are doing these big subwoofers and that. It's not all about the bass. This time around, it's about the treble. It's relatively stock standard. Gearbox perspective, it has a stage 3 tune on the gearbox. And on top of that, we'll get to a sound check of it because this car sounds mental. There's a Valvetronic exhaust. So engine bay, exceptionally clean. We have the bullet tanks, vacuum tanks. I know a lot of the guys, they delete the tanks. But in this particular instance, I wanted to keep it low down just to keep the idle nice and stable. At the bottom, we have downpipes, obviously. Then we have 19T turbos. We have B58 coils. I'm not going to take the covers off because I just finished cleaned it. We have B58 coils. We have 2-step Calder plugs. We have a bolt motor. So this particular car has a very, very interesting story. The car ran exceptionally well from the time it bought it, with a few minor tweaks and services at that point in time. But what happened one day was in the summer in South Africa, it got very hot. And when oil gets very hot, it loses its viscosity, especially when it's older type of oil. This car ran a bearing. And it ran a bearing exceptionally bad. I think it ate number 3 or number 1. One of those bearings, it ate it up completely, ate up the crankshaft. For bolt motor, it has Carello rods, JE pistons, ARP head studs, whole new gasket set on the top. In order to prevent the oil from heating up again, we got a beautiful bullet oil cooler, 2 radiators. So normally they only come with 1, but we have a radiator there on the one side, passenger side. And then on the driver side, we have another one that sits here. Then we have the Berger Motorsports in blue oil filter housing cap bullet. We have, I think this is also Berger Motorsport for the power steering. We had the one, I think it was from Vargas for the water, but yeah, that was terrible quality. It kept on leaving the actual pressure valve in the reservoir when we were trying to open and close it. So we have a nice big 7-inch intercooler. It's black, you can't really see it. Then we have a tail blower valve with a hob switch for the fuel. I think they're 2 525s sitting at the back. The second pump triggers with the hob switch. We have an ethanol content which is right there at the bottom, and we can read it through our phone. So we have I think this is the Nexum oil pressure switch. The car is tuned through MHD. We have the E92 M3 cowl covers, so that looks very presentable. Oh, here's a nice small touch here. We have a titanium Burger Motorsport bleed nipple. And I love this mod because the factory one is plastic and it's almost like a star screwdriver, and it consistently screws, the threads get worn out. So this is, I think, a 4 or 5 Allen key that you open that to bleed it. And other than that, there, brand new engine mounts, brand new everything in terms of the motor. The car has a resonated back box, obviously with downpipes, but you can see on this side here, one is darker than the other because the owner drives with the valves closed, but with the valves open, it sounds insanely loud. But it's those turbo whistles and so forth. Let me start it up for you and you can hear it for yourself so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Let this warm up. I got the controller here with me. So on cold start, it's not loud at all. You can hear it. And then if I click this button, if you want a Valvetronic system, there's a website that I came across. They call RF distributors. And they're the cheapest with these Valvetronics. This video is not sponsored, so I thought I'll give them a plug and you guys can benefit from that plug. Let's do this again. Off, on, off. Let it warm up and give you guys a bit of a sound check. Valves closed, here we go. Next, valves open. What you came for.